still believe your dad's innocent. How did you feel hearing that testimony? Do you apologize on behalf of your father? Do you believe your father's innocent? Do you still convince your father's innocent?
Your daddy got 4 years using women. That's wrong. You should get more.
Boom, boom, 2 shots. I'm like, yo. So I'm going through sounds. I'm like, this can't be. I opened the door and G was in there just bleeding. He was bleeding out.
Other people that need to do something, because this is ridiculous, y'all watching, us watching this shit. You feel me? So he wants me to do nothing, but he's not saying he doesn't want Justin to use his brain and everybody to use their brains and to figure out whatever.
So are you coming out? I know next year is going to be a number 2. Season 2?
I just put it on YouTube.
I just put it on YouTube. Well, we can subscribe and get it. I love it.
I kind of like Diddy.
There are no misconceptions.
You see what I'm saying? I had to work to get the money every time. When I'm not in the show, and the show is still, they're going, how you keep yourself off your own show? Oh, I don't understand that.
Right.
I'm like, cause this motherfucker on automatic pilot.
So it's not like he hate Diddy, but you know, sometimes niggas might do fuck shit that we don't know about.
Well, for him to make the documentary, I think he hates Diddy.
Nah.
Nah?
That's business.
That's just business?
Business.
Sean Combs' The Reckoning Season 2 has been officially confirmed, and the internet is already melting down. What began as a controversial one-off documentary has exploded into a full-blown cultural phenomenon, and it's not just fans talking. Even 50 Cent, the executive producer and Diddy's longtime rival, can't believe the numbers. I expected it to be big, 50 said earlier this week. It's actually exceeding my expectations. Wow. Stranger Things is a huge show, and it's outperforming Stranger Things on Netflix. Think about that for a second.
Did you actually expect it to be as big as it got?
I expected it to be bigger. It's actually exceeding my expectations now.
Wow.
Stranger Things is a huge show, and it's outperforming Stranger Things on Netflix.
It's outperforming everything on Netflix.
Stranger Things, one of the most successful series in streaming history, has officially been dethroned by a documentary about Diddy's downfall. It's a wild twist even 50 Cent didn't see coming, and it proves one thing. The world can't look away from Sean Combs. He wasn't exaggerating. In a year already packed with major releases, The Reckoning Season 2 didn't just climb the charts. It detonated across social media. Within days of its premiere, the docuseries about Sean Diddy Combs became the #1 most watched show in the world.
Some people might like it, some people might not like it. Whatever. It's a real film. And I'll say this. I came from the doctor's office today. The receptionist was talking about it over the phone.
It's the #1 most watched thing on Netflix right now.
The subway, the guy coming up the stairs was talking about it.
Chris, it's the #1 most watched thing on Netflix right now. First of all, let's factor in 3 things. #1, it's a documentary on Netflix. #2, it's executive produced by 50 Cent. #3, it's about basically the downfall of one of the biggest celebrities ever.
It's epic.
And then 50 added a final, almost casual line that made fans freeze. Oh, I just put it on YouTube. That one sentence changed everything.
So are you coming out? I know next year is going to be a number 2. Season 2?
I just put it on YouTube.
I just put it on YouTube.
If 50 Cent, a man who's made a career out of revenge, money, and meticulous timing, says something's bigger than Stranger Things, you know this isn't just entertainment. It's an event, a warning, a reckoning in real time. Because The Reckoning, Season 2 isn't a normal documentary. It's a mirror held up to an empire that once seemed untouchable. A world of fame, excess, and power built by one man and now crumbling before the cameras. But beneath the jaw-dropping viewership numbers and glossy Netflix promotion lies something much darker. Scenes so volatile, names so high-profile that even Netflix allegedly held parts back. Hidden footage, redacted tapes, conversations too explosive to air, and that's what's pulling people in.
For, Justin not guilty. Like, I want to have a life to be able to live. It's really going to be hard for me to take more hits than I take it.
You didn't do anything wrong on any front, and you've come to New York to face things head on. If anyone's ever paying any attention to what you've actually been doing, you've handled this with complete honor. We're losing sight of the big picture, man. It's the middle of September, and there's still no indictment. That
Yo, bro, then you have to have a spokesman. You have to have some sort of comms to constantly be pushing that, Mom. Dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business of media and propaganda.
This isn't just about Diddy the mogul anymore. It's about everything that orbiting him stood for. The elite, the gatekeepers, the stars who looked away, and the friends who might finally be ready to talk. Because this time, the silence is louder than the music. Season 2 wastes no time. From the first minute, viewers realize this isn't about platinum records or the bad boy legacy. It's about the ecosystem that protected it. The new episodes push past the familiar headlines and dive straight into what 50 Cent calls the network. Diddy's connections stretch across music, film, and even royalty. Jay-Z, Kanye West, Usher, Michael B., Jordan, Nicki Minaj, Will Smith, Kim Kardashian, Prince Harry. Each name flashes by like a secret that was never meant to surface. 50 Cent teases these party connections in interviews and online posts, hinting that the stories audiences whispered about for years weren't rumors. They were receipts waiting for the right moment.
He says things, he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. He says something fabulous and he goes, yo, no, but me and you, we ain't part. Like, we need to part. What are you talking about? And when people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. When you see Jadakiss put his head down, like, while we stuck here right now, and the cameras is rolling, everybody see, don't make like it's just me, man. Fluffy do some like, a little fluffy stuff.
Now you got nobody's safe this time, he said. The shift in tone is immediate. What once looked like glitz and exclusivity starts to feel eerie. Velvet ropes hiding something sinister. The doc uses old clips, blurred out faces, and first-hand accounts that pull the viewer deeper into Diddy's orbit, where the boundaries between friendship, business, and power are dangerously thin. Industry insiders speak in half sentences, their voices distorted, their words careful. They described scenes at private mansions, hotel suites, and closed-door celebrations, where the atmosphere was more cult than party. The glamour fades. The laughter sounds forced. And the further the documentary goes, the more viewers realize they're watching a culture being dissected, not just a celebrity.
Like, we here to try to raise money for these, mosquito bed nets.
Shout out. That's a Christian. Can we get a shout out? Let's go. Let's go. You're gonna dance like y'all for this video. Y'all ain't dancing right, bro.
Season 2 turns the spotlight on relationships once considered Hollywood royalty and exposes how influence moved behind the scenes like currency. For the first time, audiences see the connections between Diddy's social circle and the empire he built. Deals, favors, secrets. It's less a story about music and more about manipulation. The way one man's gravity pulled everyone in, whether they wanted to be there or not. By the end of the first episode, one question hangs heavy. How far does this web really go? And if even Netflix couldn't show everything, what's still left in the dark? There's one story, The Reckoning. Season 2 dares to circle but never fully enters. A story so delicate, so charged, that even Netflix kept its distance. The death of Kim Porter. To understand why that name still echoes in whispers, you have to understand who she really was and what she represented in Diddy's life. Kim wasn't just another celebrity ex. She was the centerpiece of Diddy's personal world. The woman who saw him before the power, before the mogul image, before love.
Kim Porter is the mother of their two twins, and she was in a relationship with P. Diddy for roughly 13 years. He was planning on releasing a tell-all book if he tried. In the book, Kim approached the man who discovered P. Diddy. P. Diddy would make Kim use a strap-on to please him. Kim's family allegedly was going to file a wrongful death lawsuit.
A model, actress, and mother of 4, Kim moved through the spotlight with quiet confidence. She wasn't loud or controversial, she was elegant, grounded, and fiercely private. For more than a decade, she was the calm in Diddy's storm, the person who knew both his brilliance and his chaos. But in November 2018, the calm shattered. Kim Porter was found unresponsive in her Los Angeles home. She was 47 years old. The coroner ruled the cause as lobar pneumonia, a sudden aggressive infection. At first, it seemed like a tragic natural death, the kind of heartbreak that happens without warning. Diddy posted an emotional tribute, calling her his soulmate, his best friend, his forever family. The industry mourned. Fans flooded her page with condolences. It felt like closure, but it wasn't, because almost immediately, the whisper started.
P. Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, mysteriously died in 2018 from natural causes at 47. Kim approached the man who discovered P. Diddy, Andre Harrell, to ask if he had an intimate relationship with Diddy. She was disappointed when Andre denied it because she had security footage of them together. Kim had footage of Diddy with multiple other men, including Usher, to file a wrongful death lawsuit because there was blood located on her pillowcase as well as a trail of blood in the bathroom. Kim's first autopsy suspected foul play from the amount of toxins found in her body. Kim's last phone call was allegedly to 911 at 2:43 a.m. before she was found dead the next day at 11 a.m.
Those close to Kim, friends, colleagues, even her former partner, R&B singer Al B. Sure, began speaking out. Al B. Sure, posted cryptic messages online hinting that something wasn't right about her passing. He later said publicly that he believed Kim had been in fear before fear of something she knew, something she planned to reveal.
Over the years, about, oh, Buffy did this and adopted your kid and adopted this. There's no adoption. None. Noticed. His name is still Brown. People thought I was absent, things of that nature. It was basically instructed by Kimberly. Buffy wasn't too happy about anyone who had a relationship with Kimberly. I was very much under, listen, don't do that tough guy Mount Vernon shit. You will get killed. Even to the point where I remember, you gotta listen to Kimberly. Because not only was she trying to save me, she was putting her own life in danger.
And then came reports that Kim had been working on a tell-all book about her years around the music industry's elite. Some claimed she was preparing to go public with things people weren't supposed to talk about. Nothing was ever proven. No official evidence of wrongdoing ever surfaced. But what made the story impossible to forget wasn't what was said, it was what wasn't. No one from Diddy's circle addressed the rumors. The family stayed quiet. The silence, instead of ending speculation, only made it louder. In The Reckoning, Kim's name flickers briefly. A photo, a mention, a passing acknowledgement of her influence. But 50 Cent's team reportedly chose not to include the deeper material. According to insiders close to production, there's an entire unreleased segment about Kim Porter that didn't make it into season 2. Not because it lacked impact, but because it was too much, too emotional, too legally complicated, too dangerous. And now, that decision has only built more anticipation. 50 Cent has allegedly hinted at developing a standalone documentary, a part 2 that would focus entirely on Kim Porter's life, her final days, and the mystery surrounding her death. Insiders say this chapter could redefine the entire Reckoning series, shifting it from celebrity scandal to full-scale investigation. Kim's story matters because it cuts to the heart of who Sean Combs was behind the headlines. The man, not the mogul. Those who loved her describe a woman full of light, joy, and intuition. Someone who saw everything but chose peace over chaos, until peace was no longer possible. And that's the tragedy. Kim's death didn't just leave a void in her family. It left a hole in the timeline of Diddy's life, a missing puzzle piece in a story that keeps unraveling. Even now, fans revisit old interviews where Kim smiles, but her eyes look elsewhere. They rewatch her final photos, her last social posts, searching for signs. It's morbid curiosity, yes, but it's also a reflection of a culture that senses something unfinished. Maybe that's why 50 Cent won't let it go. He said privately that the Kim Porter story is too big to ignore, because if there's one truth about The Reckoning, it's this: every silence has a sound. And Kim's silence might be the loudest of all. It starts in part 4, a segment so brief, most viewers didn't realize how massive it was until the credits rolled. Netflix ends the season with a single phrase that changes everything, from Diddy's personal archive. Those few words ignite the internet, because suddenly, people realize these aren't leaked videos, they're self-recorded. Sean Diddy Combs, global mogul, master of image, man obsessed with control, was filming himself during one of the darkest moments of his life. Not for a documentary, not for art, for himself, the moment. What exactly was he recording? Sources close to production claim the footage spans more than 140 hours. 140 hours of unfiltered access, private meetings, phone calls, parties, even strategy sessions with lawyers. Every angle of his downfall captured in real time. And when 50 Cent found out, he didn't hold back. He posted, correct, 140 hours of footage. I don't understand why he filmed himself, but I'm glad he did. The people supporting him will be very quiet when more comes out. The message hit like a thunderclap.
What 50 just came across in that secret little Diddy footage that he paid from the videographer that Diddy didn't pay, they are saying 50 has footage that will not only add more time to Diddy's sentence, but Diddy might not ever come out. Diddy was recording it because he thought he was about to beat the case. So he wanted to do a Netflix documentary. Didn't pay the guy, and then 50 got all 140 hours of footage of secret Diddy tactics.
If Netflix only used a few minutes, that means somewhere, sitting on servers, locked in vaults, guarded by legal teams, are days of unseen recordings. What's in those tapes? According to insiders who've allegedly previewed select snippets, some clips appear to show Diddy in full damage control mode, calling associates, directing his staff, and most disturbingly, discussing legal threats. There are rumors of witness conversations, strategy meetings that shouldn't have been filmed, and moments of Diddy allegedly coaching people on what to say.
Well, there's a guy named Neil who was mentioned in the court, works right up under Diddy, was organizing everything. Allegedly, they are saying that he is on video, film, tampering with witnesses, giving out address, we'll pay for your lawyers, all kind of shit that can be counted as witness tampering, obstruction of justice. And 50, of all people, has his hands on this footage. And I'm hearing that this could implicate Diddy's lawyers in some bullshit. They could be charged. This shit is getting wild. And I'm hearing that this 50 Cent documentary is just the fucking tip of the iceberg, and I like it.
Others claim the footage captures emotional breakdowns, shouting matches, and an erratic shift between paranoia and arrogance. One described it as a man documenting his own implosion. It's the kind of material that could destroy what's left of his public image, but also, legally, it's dynamite, because if even a fraction of those hours contain evidence of obstruction, coercion, or misconduct, that footage isn't just damning, it's dangerous. And that's where Netflix's silence speaks volumes. Why show only a glimpse? Why hold back the official word from Netflix insiders is that only a curated selection was cleared for public release due to ongoing legal constraints. But off the record, crew members whisper about scenes that were too explosive, scenes that could spark lawsuits, or worse, influence the ongoing appeal. There's also talk that the footage wasn't meant to surface at all. The original videographer, Michael Oberlees, claimed a third party leaked it while he was out of state, meaning Netflix may have obtained it through a tangled, controversial chain of custody. That detail alone has fueled Diddy's brewing legal war with the streamer. His team insists the material was stolen. Netflix counters that it was legally obtained. In the middle of it all stands 50 Cent, the executive producer, the instigator, and to many fans, the unofficial whistleblower of hip-hop's dark empire. 50 has been teasing the existence of the real cut, the uncensored version. He's hinted that Netflix is sitting on the full 140 hours, waiting for the right moment to drop part 2. And if that's true, it wouldn't just be a documentary. It would be a global event. Industry insiders say 50 and Netflix executives have already had preliminary talks about releasing the rest of the footage as a follow-up series. Working title? The Reckoning, The Lost Tapes. Sources familiar with the project describe the unreleased segments as career-ending, not just for Diddy, but potentially for others seen in the background, high-profile musicians, actors, business moguls, even politicians. That's why this story won't fade. Every week, fans on Reddit and X, formerly Twitter, demand to hash drop the 140 hours. Others theorize Netflix is holding it as legal leverage, an insurance policy against any lawsuit Diddy might file. And yet, despite the tension, there's one undeniable truth. If those recordings ever go public, they could rewrite the narrative of Diddy's entire empire, from his rise to his ruin, because somewhere, in those 140 hours of raw footage, lies the uncensored version of his story, the moments he never thought anyone would see, and the fact that he pressed record himself, That might be the most haunting part of all. On the surface, Sean Diddy Combs has always been the embodiment of charisma.
We're losing sight of the big picture, man.